So he turned down Shanahan, who offered him a whatever you want job. Do you think Bill Belichick contributes to a team this season?
No, that's already dead and gone. He's got a bunch of different TV jobs, and he'll be an NFL coach next year. And there'll be, like there always is, 5, 6, 7 openings. Maybe even the New York Giants will be one of those openings. But Bill Belichick is not going to coach this year. But here's what I love about this offer. There's not a lot of coaches, head coaches, in the NFL that feel like they have the job security or the confidence to bring in a guy like Bill Belichick, because every other guy, even Andy Reid, who's had obviously great success and one day be in the Hall of Fame as a head coach for what he's done in Kansas City and in Philadelphia, right? Even Andy Reid does not have the confidence to bring in Bill Belichick, because think about it. If you bring Bill Belichick in, you're bringing in the all-time winningest head coach in the history of football from a Super Bowl standpoint. Did he pass down Shula yet? He's a couple games away from being the all-time winningest coach in every capacity in the history of the NFL, right? So if you bring a guy like Belichick in, what's the fan base going to say when you make a coaching blunder and, call for a timeout or don't call a timeout or whatever the case may be? I know what I would do. Man, he's got to go. We got the greatest head coach of all time behind him. That's my head coach. So what I love about this, for all those idiots out there that think that somehow, some way, Shanahan's on some kind of hot seat in San Francisco because they've gotten to the Super Bowl, but they haven't won the Super Bowl, and that's unacceptable. That guy is the most secure, confident, and comfortable head coach in the business to offer Bill Belichick an opportunity to join his staff. I love it.
So I'm going to take the opposite.
Go.
Oh!
I also think this is a desperation move, too. When you look at all the things that you just said, his inability to get it done in the biggest game on the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Like, as a coordinator, as now a head coach, you have an opportunity to bring in a guy who, as you just stated, the best.
And can I stop you there for a second? I want to play out a very specific thing with you, because this is how this would have played out.
I like role play.
San Francisco just lost the Super Bowl in overtime to the Kansas City Chiefs. And one of the storylines after that game was that San Francisco didn't know the overtime rules.
Yep.
And that Kansas City did.
Yep. All
right, and you know the famous video now of Mahomes going, they deferred, or whatever the case is, right? If Belichick's on the sideline and that happens, and Belichick says after the game, I was aware of the rule. I told him what the rule was. I don't know what Kyle was doing. You know who the new head coach of the Niners is today? It's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. But that never happens if Belichick is on the sideline. So my point is, when you have a coach who is, I believe, very secure in his job.
No doubt.
Because of his relationship with, obviously, John Lynch, the general manager, all the things, the ownership. However, you're willing to do and bring in whoever, whatever, whenever to get it done.
Sure.
Because the window of opportunity for this team, as they are currently constructed and configured, is closing faster than it is anything else. Like, that is real. Like, we all of a sudden, we just assume this team is going to be Super Bowl bound once again.
Yeah.
When he knows how challenging it is.
Sure.
So if you can bring in a guy like Bill Belichick, another voice where they struggled defensively in some meaningful games, even in the postseason, in those first halves primarily, you eliminate that. You automatically feel like, you know what, that's eliminated. I don't have to worry about that. I can just lock in on my
Focus on offense, right?
Every coach desires to always have a team that they have their undivided attention.
And think about this from a Shanahan standpoint. You know, DeMeco Ryans was your defensive coordinator. You lost him to a head coaching opportunity.
Before that.
Robert Saleh was your coordinator, lost him to a head coach. And now you've promoted Nick Sorensen, not a household name yet. He's an internal hire. They bring Staley in, who's supposed to be this defensive wonder kid when he was with the Rams before taking over the Charger job and coaching them to a 500 record when it was all said and done. So he shot his shot. Like, I love it. There's no way Belichick was ever going to say yes to it because the job is beneath him. based on his success to now become a defensive coordinator because he'll have his pick of jobs next season. But I love the fact that Shanahan said, look, what you're saying is right, that I'm blessed. I have a great team here, talent on both sides of the ball. And I've gotten to 2 Super Bowls, but damn it, couldn't pull it off. And I blew a lead in both Super Bowls. Maybe I need a better defense or a defensive mind. What better guy than arguably the greatest defensive mind in the history of the NFL in Bill Belichick?
Like
genius.
Can you see Belichick taking a coordinator job?
No.
Do you see him taking anything but a head coach position?
No. That's the only job he's going to take. Look, when you have 7 Super Bowl wins as a head coach, and you have what? 2 more, is that right? As a coordinator with the Giants under Bill Parcells, you have 9 Super Bowls, meaning 1 out of every 6 Super Bowls that's ever been played, you won it. You don't come back as a coordinator, right? It's beneath you at that stage.
If he
He'd
did,
be a great defensive coordinator.
If he did,
come on,
he
now.
would be the best. But let's just play this out really good. If he agreed to this, would San Francisco not be the favorites?
They're already the favorites.
It would change everything.
It would completely change. You're like, this team isn't losing.
Yes, it'd be like, Patrick who?
Yeah, it's like, no.
I agree 100%. But I love it because there's not, again, how many other coaches legitimately would have offered Bill Belichick a job beneath him?
Say whatever you want.
I love it.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, Bill.
I like,
Anything
you know
want,
what?
Coach.
I'm going to double down on Kyle Shanahan now.
Let's offer Bill
I like
Belichick
that
a spot
guy.
on the show.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did,
You did?
yes. Yeah, he said no.
Okay.
He still pretends like we weren't best friends in Cleveland when I lived there. He's one of them guys. A little success went right to his head, and now he's dating high school girls. It's crazy. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.